Hey Model Railroaders, it's Steve 87th again. I am re-showing my start time on this because this one took an actual long time to build. So what I'm going to do on this one is we're going to finish off this side building so that we can get these holes in there correctly, and then we're going to do some weathering, so just hang on. Alright, now I'm just taking a look at how I'm supposed to make this thing look. All the way through. So what's really funny is this is gone. This is gone. This goes away. This goes away. I'll actually take off this side. This whole thing comes off except for that one down at the bottom. Ah, stay. Put a couple of holes in right over here. These are smaller. I put some holes. So this side had to have a couple of holes in it and some graffiti. So I did that. This one just gets a couple of little holes in it on this side, and they're much smaller than the other ones. Oh, and then I should put some of that on there as well, whatever that is. Okay. And then you saw I cut out all of those support beams because they're not there. They took them out. So I'm putting these holes in because I don't know if it's deterioration or if it's real. And they actually use these for something. I didn't go there while they were doing this. And then I still have to put some tarps and stuff up. So we're going to see what we can do here. Okay, so what we're going to do here, I've sped this up a little bit. Unfortunately, it's only 2 times, so it's going to take a little while. What I'm doing is I've got like about a 1/8 inch drill bit or 3/32, somewhere around there. Maybe even 2/30, yeah, like 3/64 or something like that. And I'm just drilling a hole to go in there. Now, I really think that these holes that they actually use to see what's going on, to see how filled up the trucks are or something like that, and maybe they can go grab some things through this or whatever. Apparently this stuff is kind of nasty that goes in there. So basically I'm just putting in the holes. You saw that I already cut out all of the 2x4s and all that, so it makes it a little stressful on me to move that around because I don't want to break off that one little piece that's being held together by one of the 2x4 strands that's glued to the posts. So now there's actually some graffiti that's marked on there. So at first I tried to use a white ballpoint pen like I did on the other side, because I did some graffiti on the other side and it didn't work. And so I had to go through a couple of different things, and I finally found one of my markers, a white marker that I have. to put the graffiti on. I felt that it was easier, especially the way the graffiti looked, that if I put it on first and then went and weathered it, it would make it look a little bit better. So I finished off the graffiti, and it's just some scribbles. I'm sure it means something to somebody, but it looks kind of scribbly, so I'm actually watching on the TV and trying to get it a little bit correctly. But it turns out that it comes out pretty good. All right, everybody, so now we're going to move on to the weathering. This is kind of the coloration and all that I'm trying to go for on this building. So I'm going to do some experiments, and then we're going to actually start weathering this up. All right, it's experimentation time. So I've got some Vallejo effects out here. So I've got some weathering effects. This one's rain marks. We're going to try some of this. And we've got some whitewash, which will actually come in a little bit later. Let me get my photo back up because I want to try to get the right colors in there. Earth, everything is going to have some sort of earth on it. We got a light gray, which we might use first over the rain marks. So we're going to see. So we get to experiment with all of these first. So there is a little tiny drop of rain. And I'm going to get my blendy pens out. Now, what do I use for blendy pens? Oh, well, I use makeup. Okay, look at that. That's actually kind of nice. That was the light gray. That gives it a nice kind of light gray color, which is what I've already got there. And then let's see what happens with my rain. It's kind of strange, some of the colors that they have. I put the rain over top of my gray. What if I just do rain? Yeah, you see the rain is a bit thicker, so I don't want the rain. That's not one of, I don't want that to be my primary yet. That's going to be more of a dry brush on color. As you can see how dark that's getting over that. And I don't want that. Not what I'm going for. So that's going to be more of a dry brush topping color, I think. Yeah, you see if I dry brush it, it's not that bad, but right now I'm still leaning towards the light gray for everything. Okay, now there's a little bit of earth. And the earth is kind of like the rain, I think. Let's just see. The earth is way too dark. That's way too dark. Just nope. That'll be down towards the bottoms. I can see. And I might actually be able to use that to make some of the other colors that we have going on. Hi, this is some tough stuff. Okay, we got a little bit of green. Let's see what the green will give me. Ooh, that'll be nice where I need it, along with the yellow. So, the yellow ochre, hasn't even been opened yet. So I think maybe we'll let that one go for right now. I might use the lichen a little bit later, but that's going to be kind of nice. But, and then let's see what the whitewash gives me. If I do a little bit of whitewash, how's that going to work for me? Get some of this stuff off of this brush. Turn it over. If we do whitewash, whitewash doesn't do much. Okay, but again, if we go back to the light gray, I think that's actually going to give me the best color that I want. And then I can come back over it with some rain. And a little bit of, oh yeah, that's going to be nice. Yeah, now I'm trying to get that color. Okay, so I know I'm going to get my color now. So that's good. Now, let's just wipe off this brush. And we shall now get ready to color up everything. In case you guys haven't realized this, I'm using a glass top. It makes it great for these types of things because everything just pops right off of it. It cleans up fairly well and easy. Okay, so we're going to turn you guys off because you've been running. So I got through my experiments, and so I decided that I'm going to start with the light gray, and I'm just putting it on pretty heavy with this makeup brush. Again, it's really easy to use these with makeup brushes. They're nice and light. They also have a good surface. They pick up this stuff really well. They also work pretty well with powders too. So if you guys want a little hint on getting makeup brushes, what I found is if you wait till after Christmas, right? Because they've got all those makeup kits that's available for everybody. Wait till after Christmas, they go on sale on deep discounts and you can get them really cheap. Otherwise, makeup brushes can be really, really expensive, except like I said, unless you get the Christmas ones. And again, you know, I mean, we're going to be putting paint on them and all that kind of stuff. So it's not like these are going to be touching people's faces. So you can see that I'm going over the graffiti. This is the other wall. It actually took a lot of the gray that I thought. This wood, of course, absorbed a lot of the weathering effect. Okay, now remember, I'm not staining this. I'm actually just weathering it. So if anybody's familiar with marine plywood comes a little bit dark. And so out here in the Northwest, they'll actually use marine plywood on some places where they're just going to leave it exposed. So it has a little bit of a gray tint to it. Now you notice that it had been out in you guys saw the picture at the beginning, it had been out in the yard for a while, and then we've got some other things on it. So that's part of what I have to do. I have to try to match up those colors. So you can see here, as I said in the last one, Mike McCarville said, you know, the best time to do this is before everything is together. Well, I wasn't going to paint each individual piece, and there was no way to get these all painted in one shot unless I just soaked everything and then put it back up. But then I would have to worry about the twisting 2x4s and all that. So what I decided to do was kind of do what he does, which is get the whole panel together and then go ahead and stain it. But you can see how much it's already warping, and I am doing both sides. So as I'm applying this first coat and all that, I know that this is going to have to dry. And mind you, like I said, it's not a stain, but it is soaking in, and it is a wash. So once I get this done, I go ahead and I weight it down and let it dry overnight. So that was the big thing. And my walls actually came out straight. That was the good thing. I wound up doing both sides just because I had some more weights laying around. This is just me getting closer into some of the other areas to make sure that I can actually get into those nooks and crannies and all that. And the other side, it was pretty blank. So this is what I started doing. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to normal speed here. And yeah, look at that. Even that's kind of the way that I wanted that to come out, because that is the way that it sort of is sitting. You look at the pictures that I have, which I'm not going to show you guys, but I can see them. So I know what it looks like. You know, the funny thing is then these got to get all covered with dirt and stuff like that too. Yay! There's all kinds of things that happen to this. So because of my limited space and the way I actually would need these to dry, I'm just going to do one of these at a time. Okay. I really want to do this other one so I can get it going, but I don't have the weights and things like that for it. And then the same with this. I don't have everything that I need to make this work right. So this is going to take a long time to do the weathering. We're going to stop right here and then we'll work afterwards. Okay? Thanks for watching. All right, we're starting back up again. So as I've told you, I had a little bit of problem with how am I going to work this thing, right? And I also found some other plastic pieces that I could have used for things, but that's okay. So we've got this one weathered. This one's gotten weathered and its pieces removed. This one's gotten weathered. We got this all weathered up and the pieces kind of stuck in there. I also had to make some other pieces, but I got those all weathered up. Some things that are going to be laying around and stuff. Oh, come on. And those are actually part of the build part too. And then I also did some more 2x4s and things like that that are going to be laying around and some things. All right, I kind of got the base color of my building all set up now. Did both the insides and outsides, put in the little things that I needed to. So that's going to be it for now. We're going to continue on to this build process in the next video. So thanks for watching and stay tuned for shack build number 6. This is Steve 87th saying good night all.